So Gunther will officially be John Cena's last opponent at SNME.
And honestly, I'm not mad about it.
Which is also why I'm wearing my Gunther-esque jacket right now. I feel like the Ring General.
Oh, clothesline. So far, so good. LA Knight with a neck breaker into the cover. Is it enough? Gunther at 2.
Of course, after beating LA Knight in the finals of the Last Time Is Now.
Main event, Cena, final match. That's another, and Knight now takes Gunther down. Chest first, neck breaker by Knight.
Gunther dominates most of the match with a sprinkling of fighting bravado by Knight. Knight delivers some elbows, gets off a near fall roll up, and then gets caught in a sleeper. But he rolls through and hits a familiar move.
Corey! Oh, that's an AA!
I'ma be real with you, respectfully, that was more of a BB than an AA, but hey.
LA Knight! Face first, Gunther drops him on his head. Burning hammer, cover! Kick out by Gunther!
I love when people use Move Thief from WWE games.
They should have that as a feature in the next 2K, where if you're in a rivalry with another superstar who isn't in the match, you can use their finisher to send a message in your rivalry.
Up top goes Knight, went for the powerbomb, Knight counter! And now he'll connect with the elbow!
Then, as always, shout out to one of the greatest moves ever, the German suplex, which Gunther delivers magnificently, by the way.
Kick to the midsection, went for blunt force trauma, and Gunther turns it into a German suplex. LA realized. Look at, right to the back of the neck, cover by Gunther. Knight still in it.
You've got to give credit to LA Knight, though. For as dominant as Gunther was, Knight just kept fighting.
The ring general. Oh, BFT! He hit it from out of nowhere! Knight for the win! Gunther got his foot on the bottom row!
But that was his biggest mistake, a lack of ring awareness, and it was the beginning of the end.
Squeezing the breath out of LA Knight. He's got Gunther up on his shoulders, Gunther elbows to the jaw.
Gunther showing off his incredible submission arsenal with a cravat, and he will be Cena's final opponent after a tremendous finals. I've already said my piece on Gunther being his final opponent, but again, I don't hate it. I think it's gonna be fantastic. And to be honest, I think there is a chance that Cena could retire on a 5-star match. Now, granted, I don't really care about Dave Meltzer's star ratings, but I do kind of care about them when they benefit my agenda. And in this situation, I would like to see him go out with 5 stars, Dave.
On Saturday night's main event,
you finally and definitely will give.
I understand it could have been mellow, but I'm ready, man. What a match to send off a legend. For me, the perfect booking would be having Gunther put Cena to sleep on some old Yeller bullshit. Like, he put Cena down, he put Cena to sleep, but Cena never gave up because that's who he is.
Or maybe crazy style, he finally does give up and tap out, because that feels very Triple H booking to me.
But SmackDown opened up with Drew McIntyre arriving and Aldis immediately being like, no, you're bloody suspended, bro.
Side him aside. I won at War Games. Breaker gets the title match, I get unsuspended.
That's not how it works.
Right?
No.
That's fair.
No,
Come
it's
on,
not
man.
fair because you're suspended.
So McIntyre is like, fine, I'll leave because I want all these security guys to go back to their families. But you're robbing these people of seeing through McIntyre. And then, whoa, you're only going round.
On you, Aldis.
Oh, it's on me.
Yeah.
I don't
you
care.
did it.
Let me talk to you, Nick Aldis. Your ass allowed him to compete in War Games. Don't try and enact rules now when you've already let the prisoners rule the yard.
What the hell?
McIntyre speeds off and Cody is pissed. So Cody storms to the ring and you know he's mad because he doesn't do the wow. He says, Aldis, reinstate Drew because he crossed the line by coming on my bus. He goes on to say that's where my wife sleeps and where my children sleep.
Falling around on my feet because you, sir, are WWE's resident cockroach.
Cody is fired up in this promo and is completely sick and tired of McIntyre.
Drew, you never even beat me, but you might be the one man who's broken me. So Nick, please, I'm begging you, reinstate Drew.
He says he's gonna do what everyone should do when they see a cockroach: stomp him out.
We'd like to not apologize to the cockroach community. I agree with him.
And listen, man, I appreciate Cody for trying. The man's head was about to explode by the end of this promo, but it's tough for me to really feel invested. If Cody is facing Roman again at Mania, then it means Drew ain't winning that title anytime soon. So why do I really care to see Drew lose again in the same way? But there was an interesting development regarding Cody Rhodes later in the show, but we'll get to that in a bit.
You said something about the United States Championship? You might want to reschedule that, because I got next. Jackass.
Says don't.
Next, we see the full reuniting of the Terror Twins. Damian Priest has enlisted Rhea Ripley's help in the fight against Black and Vega.
The mistake that you made was thinking that you could poke the bear and that I wouldn't be there by his side.
Rhea says they've been to hell and back, and if he's going into the fire, then so is she.
And you're gonna find out real quick why no one survives the Terror Twins.
Why is this feud still going? And why is Rhea Ripley being dragged into this nonsense? I assume this is just a filler arc until they can build Rhea versus Stephanie for Mania or whatever. But man, this is the kind of filler I just don't care about. And listen, that's no disrespect to Zelina Vega and Aleister Black. I love them. I love what they've been doing. I like the momentum that they were going on. But at the same time, in a match where you shoot a fireball into someone's place and you're the last man standing, how is that not the end of the feud?
What a vicious open hand strike by the champion. Here comes Dragunov, and another kick will drop Hayes to the floor.
Then it was time for Melo versus Ilja in the US Open Challenge.
Oh, what a chop. And the czar of WWE with that and a big clothesline.
Which, brief episode of Crowd Watch, but, Carmelo 6'7" Hayes. It's beginning. 18 months from now, it's gonna be his entire identity, but at least he'll have beaten Obafemi at WrestleMania by tapping him out. He'll be world champion feuding with Logan Paul over that summer, and we'll have won, but at what cost?
Misses wildly. Hayes on the second rope. Dragunov that Melo don't miss. Facebuster. Championship. Oh!
Melo was cooking after that clothesline and facebuster combo. He looks for the first 48, but Dragunov says that doesn't work for him, brother.
The expression of Hayes changed as he was dumped on the back of his neck.
Something special about a powerbomb like that, where it's just pure fuck you, I'm gonna let gravity do the rest.
Uh-oh, look out! Oh, and he plants Dragunov right on the top of his head! Headed to the top! Going up the top rope! Oh, damn it! What the hell are you doing, Ciampa?
And as Ciampa comes in, I have to say, that bump that Dragunov took on the apron, damn.
I don't think Dragunov does either. Let's go. And then the H-bomb by Dragunov into the cover. Dragunov retains. I don't think he has any idea what happened here, Corey.
Dragunov retains despite not knowing of the Ciampa assist. Then he sees the replay on the Tron as he goes up the ramp, and he isn't happy. It's besmirching his honorable name as champion after all. Really fun match though. The US title continues to be a highlight. We then hear from Charlotte. Charlotte is like, you would have lost without me at War Games, but I wanted to be there for my friend despite the Rhea heat.
I mean, she'd be lost without me.
It's a very likable segment. Their dynamic is so dysfunctional, but in a very fun way.
You know, we're really proud of Charlotte. War Games is really good for her social skills. No, but it actually did make our bond a lot stronger. My God.
Yo, if the WWE Network was still around, there is no way that this wouldn't have been an episode of Camp WWE. Or maybe even a WWE Storytime animation. There's no way.
Thank you guys so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. See, it's not that
She's
hard.
not me.
Alexa and Kyrie one-on-one.
I'm surprised that they don't have Kathy Kelly doing more on these shows, because much like Charlexa, very likable.
As far as dream opponents, things like that, I don't really care about that. What I care about is if I beat John Cena, that means I cement my legacy. Now there's one man standing in my way, but the last time is now.
We then hear from LA Knight before the last time is now tournament finals.
For something you ain't ever seen before, something you ain't ready for. So I tell you what, Gunther, it's gonna be a bit of a fight. And if it's a fight you want, all right. Yeah.
Also, respectfully, Kathy Kelly, you know that one gif of like the Lego gif where it's like,
You can get dropped on your head like all the rest with everybody saying, yeah.
But then it was time for Alexa Bliss versus Kairi Sane.
And Bliss. Now Kairi Sane.
This was a solid match as Asuka would get involved as the referee was distracted, and then Charlotte would chase her around the ring like a Benny Hill sketch. Kairi dominated Alexa for a bit and then mocked Charlotte as she hits a standing D.
And Kairi mocking Charlotte now into the corner with a big forearm to Bliss. That was a standing D.
I usually have a standing D when...
Nope, nope.
Kairi hits a double stomp, but this is where Alexa builds momentum.
Kairi Sane, top rope. Oh, and Bliss delivers a slap to Sane and then a right hand. And here comes Alexa Bliss. Oh, that looked familiar.
Charlotte takes out Asuka at ringside as Kairi looks to be on the verge of the W, but Bliss catches her in the Sister Abigail for the win.
And Kairi took a bit too much time. Intercepted by Bliss. Sister Abigail. Alexa with a win.
And as Alexa picks up the win, the baby was here. Yeah. He was?
Let's go.
But Lash Legend and Nia Jax would then emerge.
Look out from behind. Lash Legend Nia Jax from behind and a big right. Dare we not name this duo? Samoan drop.
They dominate and even manage to subdue Asuka's flurry of a comeback.
Oh, and Nia Jax. I think Kairi Sane's lights are about to go out.
Nia looks to annihilate Kairi, but Asuka saves her. They hold up the belts looking good with them, by the way. I know it's very easy to criticize WWE in 2025, and you'd be justified to do so in many areas. But one area I am really enjoying picking up recently is the women's tag team title scene. Then we see Cody saying he's calmed down to Nick Aldis, and Aldis says, "Good, come with me."
Mr. Aldis, what's going on? Why are we here?
Yeah, like, with all due respect, we have a big match tomorrow at Deadline, so I was very surprised to get a text from you asking to come here tonight.
Holy shit, I said? What the? By the way, this crowd straight up said,
Exactly, no pop.
who? I guess they don't watch NXT, but if you don't know about these two, you best get to know.
In the spirit of what John Cena has been talking about, opportunity, whoever wins tomorrow will be wrestling me. That's Saturday night's main event.
Next weekend at SNME, we could be seeing Oba versus Cody or Pretty Ricky versus the Roller Coaster. To quote AJ Styles, either way, I win. But it feels more so like it's gonna be Ricky, just because I cannot see a scenario where they have Cody beat Oba on his main roster debut. But it feels like Ricky could take the loss after a win at Deadline, and then after their match, Cody will hold his arm up and be like, this guy right here, huh? He's the real deal.
Although knowing Triple H, he's gonna have Oba Femi come up and lose on his first night.
And then they'll go ahead and try and paint it like, but he took the WWE champion to his limits, Michael. I hate how predictable this show is.
First of all, do not run up on us like that as we're walking. Do you not see what we just did? We're dangerous, okay? Second of all, the Kabuki Warriors got what they deserved. They're idiots, just like Bailey says.
Jade Cargill is making her entrance as we see Nia and Lash again. Nia continues to say Asuka misted Lash's beautiful face in War Games, and that's why they lost.
And you better know, that's just a preview, a little taste of what we're capable of, okay? And big news, we're coming after those tag team titles.
Lash is already so comfortable on main. I love it, man.
And there's absolutely nothing that the Kabuki Warriors, Judgment Day, Rio, those fake wannabe besties, Charlexa, can do about it, right?
She just has the presence and the control of a star Vic. But transitioning back to Cargill Fire, they actually gave Albert a lot more offense than I thought they would. But eventually, Julia and Kiana James are back finally to make their intentions known as they take out Chelsea Green.
Former United States champion who Chelsea Green stole the title from, and they're getting into it outside the ring.
Alba turns around into the Storm, leading to her loss.
You take an oath when you do it. She should not have taken her sights. Cargill, jaded. The champ with another win.
Again, another thing on SmackDown that feels very filler. Realistically, they're just waiting for Jade to have a real challenger, like maybe a returning Bianca Belair should her finger ever heal. The booking of the Secret Service against Jade is still very weird to me though, and I hope it's kinda over now. But backstage, Fraxium are saying they want Gargano and Ciampa, and then Ilja comes in because he's pissed off. He also wants Ciampa, and it's official for next week for the US title.
And after I'm done with him, you guys can have a
whatever is left of him.
Then we also see a stare down between Tama Tonga and Ilja again here. My spidey senses tell me that for this MFT story here, it may go down the route where Solo witnesses everyone around him winning, like Tongaloa and JC win the tag titles from the Wyatts, and then of course Tala Tonga is going to win the Andre by eliminating Eric Rowan. Tama Tonga becomes the US champion, and eventually it leads him down a jealous route where he self-destructs his own family tree. Because I feel like eventually he's gonna look around and everyone has gold except him, then people will start posing questions and that will make him go insane. Or maybe part of that development eventually sees Zilla Fatu come in at some point. But next we see Michin defending B-Fab again against Jade. Michin ends up with a match against the champion basically.
Lapdog, no. This is a friendship, something you know nothing about. What if you don't like it? Go get Nick Aldis. You can step up and get stepped on.
We then hear from Solo Sikoa and the MFT. Solo says that Zayn is now in his rear view, so he turns his attention to the Wyatt Six. He reintroduces himself and focuses on the tag title.
This is my ring, this is my show, and this is my family tree.
What chance nearly in the big 2026? Come on, guys, really.
You see these men standing behind me? They're my family. You hurt me, now they are going to hurt you.
Solo says everything that was Bray's that is now yours, he will make his.
Everything that was his, that's now yours, will become mine.
He also says he's gonna make sure everyone knows that you don't deserve the name Wyatt.
Because all I have to do is leave.
Honestly, fairly solid promo from Solo. Despite the what chance, of course, but this huge match could cook when it happens.
Solo exchanging blows. Here come the Wyatt Six. Here come the MFTs. Eric Rowan. Oh, God. Unloading on everybody.
But for my money, I think it really needs to be a brutal match. We can't have this be like the Survivor Series traditional tag match where it's kind of tame. I really need to see blood in this match. I need to see weapons. I need to see brutality. As they start to brawl, we see a showdown between Tala Tonga and Big Red.
Rowan and Tonga exchanging blows. Big boot. Answered. And Tonga driven out of the ring.
Bro, I don't know at this point what SmackDown episode it was where I predicted this exact scene, but who cares? It's happening. Anyway, the Wyatts stand tall against the MFTs. We then see The Miz talking to Nick Aldis as he's complaining about not being Cena's last opponent or being on SNME. Aldis says, I know you tampered with the balls. Bayley pops in and reveals that she's on SNME, so Miz storms off. Turns out Bayley's opponent is from NXT and it's Sol Ruka.
Very impressive, but I just want you to know that here on Raw and SmackDown, it's a whole different level.
Trust me, I know Bayley.
Bayley says, I'll be watching you tomorrow at Deadline. We then hear from Gunther before the last time is now tournament finals.
The name Ring General Gunther internationally translates to victory. But my condolences to everybody. This tournament is a foregone conclusion.
Gunther says he knows. We all can't see you, John, but you can see me, so pay attention to not only when I beat LA Knight, but how I beat LA Knight. We then hear from Zelina Vega and Aleister Black, where Zelina says to Damian, the Terror Twins is just a play to keep you in that dark and sad state we found you in. And then Black finishes the promo by saying this?
If it's the Inferno you want, Damian, then like Virgil to Dante, I shall guide you through it.
Am I debuting next week? I mean, I am Dante Inferno. Let's not forget about the non-SmackDown Triple H. Oh. Well, let me know what you thought about SmackDown. And be sure to subscribe and tell a friend that the Ring General is going to dismantle John Cena. Bye.